Moving on into the Elimination Finals, we're down here, Kyna SAC versus Fiend and Use.
This is going to be some good stuff. We've definitely seen a good showing from both teams, but one, we just saw taken out, right? So we'll see if they're ready to deal with this hot team that just came off of a dub.
That's always the interesting thing, is like getting into mentalities going into this one, is like you just got 1-3'd pretty heavy-handedly by Weston Power Ranger, but you were in the winner's side of the bracket the entire day until that moment. So you still got to be feeling pretty confident, but now we're on the elimination side of the bracket. Kyna SAC just barely won that last game, so it's a dub, but it was a sigh of relief dub. So we don't know how they're feeling going into this one. That's always like, what's the mentality of the player, and it differs for every player in every context.
Definitely, definitely. All right, early on, Fiend getting the stock ripped off quickly. Wow,
okay.
Kyna couldn't make it back. So evened up way faster than I thought it was going to. I thought Kyna was going to be able to make it back, make something happen, make something shake on the stage. But here we go. Very, very even game. There's a lot of slicing and dicing going on. Here we go. Nice. Kyna with the recovery over the top, getting the KO. And now the blue team is not in the lead. It is a tied game.
And here we're getting what I was hoping we would get a chance to see. Is this Orion pick coming out from Use? This is the pick that he won Karatada with against some of the best players in all of South America, of which he is now one of those players. So I'm glad we get to see this. I was trusting his judgment earlier, but I was hoping that we would get a chance to see this. It's working out well so far for them. Dead even game. We're about 1:30 into this one. You see him go for the side light, then completely wait, then attempt another side light that he can hopefully get the D-light into the side, or maybe a double D-light. Is this going to be a full team wipe? You saw Fiend hoping for the D-light into the ground pound. No, but Use is there. Out comes that spear. Here comes the KO.
That was wild how Kyna almost just ran straight over there and jumped into that neutral signature of Fiend. So it turned into a 2-for-1 that literally wasn't supposed to be there, and it kind of jumped into the cart and said, take me with you.
That's where Use is like, he makes you make mistakes. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those where like, okay, you're a really talented player, but I'm gonna make you make the bad choice here. Oh, Use almost got the neutral signature to get the punish onto Kyna. That would have been pretty solid. Only in the yellow. It would have been nicer if it was on SAC, but of course the situation presented itself that it was gonna be Kyna. But still, they're gonna be looking to take SAC out of this one. Use, the healthiest so far in the game, even though he is very red, still has a stock to his name. They get the KO on SAC. It's now Kyna v Fiend and Use.
The end of this game, I mean, yeah, because, see, I didn't want to call it like that, but what a pogo from Use, and that just adds to my point a little bit more. Use at the end of that on Maroon was going ham, getting damage upon damage. Almost all the damage that we saw added to SAC was done by Use on the brink of death.
I'm hoping that they don't immediately go into the next game, because we need to see this graph. I want to look at this graph. Yes, these numbers are important. We love these numbers. They went it right to the graph. We love that. Look at that Use. Top, second one from the top. Look at that massive wedge. If that was a wedge salad, you are not eating your entree. There is no room in your stomach. You see them bring it out. You raise your hand and say, excuse me, sir, you can box that up. I have no more room in my stomach. Not only is it long, meaning a lot of time spent on that stock, but it's also a very tall part of the graph, meaning he also took a lot of damage. That's the Maroon. That's getting into that barbecue sauce that you are talking about.
This dude is spitting, guys. Are you kidding me?
You're nicer to me on the desk than literally anyone else. Everyone else is absolutely ruthless to me.
Oh my gosh, my man Sparky is absolutely insane with it. And here we go. We're going to see if the blue team can pick it up. Oh my gosh, Kyna couldn't get saved by SAC and going to lose the stock insanely fast.
And that was after Kyna was the last one alive for the blue team last game. SAC was in all the 1v2s previously, then it turned into Kyna. Like, that's what we want to see, is Kyna living a little bit longer. But unfortunately now things are changing. This Maggie pick, the lower defense on it, not going to help him out here. Hopefully he can turn that in. Of course, the higher strength stat coming out from this can maybe turn those into some KOs.
Yeah, Kyna definitely picked a character that will get you out of there with the swiftness, with high damage, but you can also be getting got out of there. Nice coverage with from SAC coming through to save the teammate from getting taken up into the high heavens.
There are not a lot of players out there that can make a Maggie pick or the Jala pick count in 2v2. Pugsy, one of the best 2v2 players of all time, one of the very few. I trust Fiend whenever Fiend picks virtually any character in this video game. So those are the big two that come to my brain, but unfortunately, at least so far, Kyna is not one of them. We're about 1 minute and 20 seconds into the game, Kyna already on final stocks. We're kind of seeing what we saw before from Kyna, but at an accelerated pace, largely probably due to this Maggie pick, the lower defense.
Fiend was over there trying to terrorize SAC, but SAC able to fight back. You know, he said, hey, dude, you're the one on red. Stop pogoing me. Tried to take him up to the top. Not able to get the KO. 2 recoveries this time.
Oh.
Has not taken over the top. But that gravity cancel down signature will definitely do the job. A 2-for-1 special.
All of a sudden, that coupon might be changing things. It's like my mom when she sees a coupon, like she don't want to go to the store, but when she gets a coupon in the mail, things are a little bit different. We all of a sudden have SAC and Kyna in the lead, 3 stocks to 2.
She gets the coupon in the mail, and she wants to go to the store, but you still can't get nothing. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that crazy?
Come on, man.
Nice weapon toss. Gets SAC off the side and allows for Hughes to run over there and land the recovery, get the KO. Now, SAC has 2 stocks. Can you get somebody out of there before you lose the first one? No, you can't. Mid-sentence, getting the job done. Red team trying to close this bad boy out and get this to 2-0.
This is still dummy winnable for SAC, though. You
sure.
saw the red team. They understand how important not only that beautiful 2v1 team combo is. Yo, I didn't think he was going to be able to grab that one, let alone lead to the KO. He's all of a sudden in the 1v1 situation. SAC coming through the clutch. Now you know why they were juggling those weapons. They were trying to delay the weapon spawn because when SAC didn't have a weapon in his hand, it was 2v1 combo time. All of a sudden, weapon comes in hand, that axe starts doing work. I mean, shoot, even without the weapon in hand, you saw that breakdance led to the first KO. Axe comes out, it is KO time. 1, 2, misses the 3, hits the 4.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely took him to the dance hall, you know. Got jiggy on him real quick. Either way about it, we got 1-1, and that was an amazing clutch. Definitely needed by the blue team, because we're here, right? Third place is definitely not where you want to go out when you get this high up in the bracket. Honestly, anytime you get above 4th in a tournament, all the losses hurt you.
Oh my gosh, Hughes turned that into a KO. That was huge. That was about to be a gigantic issue for this red team that they then turned into a 1-for-1 trade. Still going to be at a deficit because all of a sudden this game Kyna is surviving.
I was going to say, look at the damage put upon Kyna. It is not very much.
If you're blue team, you see Kyna scratching and surviving, you're saying good times on that one. And even if we're looking at last game, Kyna got taken out so early, but if we look at the damage that Kyna was able to do in a short period of time, 528. He's hanging in the damage line. That's also good times.
Oh, good times.
I think you're the only one who's going to get that. Nobody's going to get that except you. That was for you. That was for you, Zip.
I appreciate it. I actually have the backdrop of the closeout, the credits.
No way.
I have that picture in my house.
No way.
Yes, sir. Nice job by the red team to take the lead back after an amazing start from the blue team. I can't believe it. Kyna still leading with the health for his team and has high damage. Kyna can land some big hits and get these stocks out of here, but Hughes ain't having none of it.
Seen some good damage coming out so far. No immediate follow-up after that SAC neutralite. It ended up picking Kyna, putting a little bit of team damage out. The big fist coming out. 3 stocks to 3. They could get the stock out from Hughes.
Nice.
Kyna's the one to do it with that side air. That high strength, that high damage coming out from Kyna's Maggie. All of a sudden, this Maggie is really leveled up.
Yeah, I don't know what. I wish I would have paid more attention to Kyna's play at the beginning if it was more of SAC having an amazing start, because I think the SAC really just got off on a tear and was getting the stocks out of there for the blue team. But I don't know if it was more Kyna just picking and choosing situations. But here we go. Really going to have to pick and choose the situations here alone on the stage with these two, and you do not have the defense to really take anything when you're this red as Maggie.
We basically see exactly what we saw last game, but it's Kyna in the 1v2 shoes instead of SAC. It's basically the exact same damage with everybody on the board as well. Kyna with a high strength legend. I don't know if Kyna can really, actually Kyna can risk a 2-hit, a D-Light Sayer. I thought it might be a D-Light recovery. Kyna gets the first KO. Now all of a sudden in really good position, loses that for that second stock onto final stock, has used about halfway through this last stock. Going to be searching for the weapon here. Use not really going to put out too much in terms of weapon starving. Just wanted to maintain that stage control. Neutral Light still has Use in the orange.
Yeah, I think this is really tough for Use right now. You have a super slapping character, got the axe in hand. What is that, a butcher knife? A cleaver?
Yeah, it looks like a big cleaver.
Oh my goodness. Scary
no, this
stuff.
is bad.
And
this
I
is
think
bad.
that was it. Yeah,
Yep.
You're done.
You're done.
Nice
yep, he knew it too.
composure
Knew it
from
too.
Use.
You saw the GC side light, and that was curtains there. Great punish coming out from Use. 639 damage. Fiend was caught sleeping a little bit there. Only 1 KO, about mid-300s in terms of damage, but Use did such a good job yet again, putting out big damage numbers, finding the strong punishes. It seems like in the 1v1 situation, Kyna's axe was not looking strong. Didn't really know how to find a way in, caught a neutral light, but other than that, it seemed like Kyna was just struggling, maybe a little bit too cautious, didn't quite want to risk too much, and because of that, Use started running wild.
There was a few times when I wanted to say, man, the Use is really letting stuff happen, like let the weapon happen on the right side of the stage, and then ended up letting him get up for free. And I was like, man, what's he doing? He's being too patient. Well, it's because he was just waiting for that right moment.
Yep.
And he made it count. Made it count.
Once that axe recovery came out and he got the side air punish, I mean, you call it dead on. We all knew it was over there.
Rappa-Rooney. All right, nice. We have double axe on the board. Nice combination from SAC. Tries to go over there on the side to get rid of Use, not able to get it, but pushes him back out onto the side again. Ooh, gonna lose Fiend in the time of need. While you're trying to scrap back to the stage, eating tons of damage, you lose your teammate, and now you're on the cusp of getting put out of here with no weapon in hand.
So one of the biggest things I'm worried about when I'm looking at SAC and Kyna is inconsistencies. Those are the hardest things to fix. If you do something wrong, that's okay. If you do it wrong the same way every time, you can fix that. Like, you understand what you're doing wrong and you can learn how to fix that. But when it's different almost every time, when SAC is taken out halfway through the game, when Kyna is taken out halfway through the game, when one does low damage, the other does high, and then all of a sudden it flips, that's so hard to solve. It's like in Whiplash, when J.K. Simmons is yelling at the drummer saying, you're rushing. No, you're dragging. Go my speed. Now you're rushing. Now you're dragging. How do you fix that? It's so difficult to break down because there's so many variables, there's different contexts every time. But this game, all of a sudden, minute and a half in, we're dead even.
Dead even, and it's wild how every game keeps going like this. It looks like somebody gets a giant start, and then every time the team is pushing back. As I think you were saying earlier, it's a tug of war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is more of a tug of war where it's a little bit more like an actual tug of war game, not these like extreme left, extreme right, extreme left, extreme right. It's like it's just dancing back and forth towards the middle.
That's right, that's right. Oh my gosh, the recovery's gone, but still had a jump and the dodge.
That was close.
Makes it back. Oh, wow, and gets a KO for his troubles.
Oh.
Is that the end of Fiend? No, makes it back. I saw those 2 exclamation marks, and I thought that might have been the end of days.
SAC ends up coming in with the side signature. Picked up Kyna, too. Now Kyna's the one sweating, getting back to stage instead of Fiend. It's 3 stocks to 2. Fiend has to be so careful. Taken out of the game. We might be seeing a Game 5 situation. Use gonna have to clutch this if he wants to end it. Can't do it. SAC finishes that one up, and we're going to our Game 5 situation.
I love when you get a Game 5 because it just shows that there's nothing flukish about any of these games. These teams are all up here at the top of the bracket for a reason, because they're all about that life.
And you can see, man, 3 stocks to the name. But again, it's this weird inconsistency that can be tough to solve for in the long run.
Definitely.
And even if they catch the victory here, you're going up against Wes in Power Ranger.
Exactly.
Some of the most consistent players in all of Brawlhalla. Definitely the most consistent in terms of PR if we're looking at South America.
For sure. For sure. So you're definitely going to have to get yourself together before you get got together and going up there to go talk to those two.
I swear, when you look at Maggie and then you look at Rayman next to each other, I swear Maggie looks like she's saying, excuse me, he asked for his steak medium rare, and this is well done. And that's Rayman in the background be like, nah, I'll eat it. It's fine. It's fine. She says, no, cook him a new one.
You know, what does a Rayman eat anyway?
Man, I don't know, and I don't want to know.
I know, right? You know, I feel like if you get on Reddit or something, you'll find like some lore that you don't want to find out.
Do not do that.
Don't do it. Never mind.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, I don't care what age you are, do not do that.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, what a Sair from Kyna puts Fiend out onto the side. They decide to try to jump use. Sometimes there's like non-committal actions to go out and get people when you send them far, and I don't get it. When you're together, I mean, I guess Use could have came over and stopped it. What a team combination to get that stock out of there, to be ready to throw that Sair out. Kyna looking good.
Now, they weren't able to turn it into the Use KO as well, even though they completely split up the red team. SAC is going to fall, but we have a game where Kyna is extremely healthy here. This could be the chance that they need, the lead that they need to come out in the Game 5 situation and go up into the Grand Finals. If Kyna's careful, if Kyna can extend this stock like Pugsy style, then this would be huge. Ooh. Oh, yeah, SAC picks up a down signature, another KO.
The dunkage. I love it. Those are like my favorite types of KOs. So you know what? No, my favorite types are the throwbacks, like Diana when she throws you backwards, Taros, throw you away. Yeah. Those are my favorite types. But those right there, dunks, are always beautiful to watch.
You can be like, you can be 5 stocks down, and then you hit that, and then even if you get knocked out right after, like it still feels like you won.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay, we need to be careful for the blue team here. It's 3 stocks to 3. Kyna still looking really healthy. If they can put some damage on the Use, find that KO, that's a good start to it with the side air. Yo, is SAC going to get another KO here? We see the dodge come out from SAC. We also saw the chase dodge back up, saving some of that in-air movement economy, getting the chase dodge on hit. Can they get the KO onto Fiend? No, they're going to completely disengage, put pressure onto Use.
Fiend was getting terrorized on that right side for a moment. Look at the damage. Oh!
Man, you know that Use would have pulled out from that. So Kyna coming in and interrupting it, definitely the best choice. It's going to put some damage on Use. There's no way that Use was going to continue that combo, likely taking out his teammate. Yeah,
he definitely was going to KO Fiend if he did it. Oh my gosh, almost KO'd on the Sair from the Lance. Fiend really not getting to play. Look at how high the damage is. Scared to even get into the mix. Doesn't want to get into the fray. So high damage, the neutral light's going to do it, especially when it's coming out from Maggie. Kyna fighting against Use. Oh my gosh, man, it's over with.
It is done. That is Game 5 going the way of Kyna and SAC. Look at those numbers, Zip. That's what we wanted to see from Kyna. Huge 767 damage. I don't even know if Boeing makes a plane that big. They actually make a 787, so I lied. But let's pretend that that joke was actually good. SAC doing a little bit less damage at 484 this time. Kyna was the one who made up for it. Took 365 damage, but that's because Kyna was playing so well. Just physically was not getting hit that often. Was the most healthy in the game by the end of it. So that 365 damage isn't just getting KO'd in 150. It's because taking a lot of damage on the first stock, taking a lot of damage on the second.